You get to see somebody who's never been around a
I don't think it is. Are you guys there now? Can y'all hear me? Guys and gals? How y'all doing?
I think Zuck's just mad because we haven't invited him on the show.
Yeah, that's what it is. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence again. God, I'm sorry, guys and gals. God, it's crazy. It's frustrating.
Sports fans.
Yeah, it's sports fans. Yeah, it's frustrating, man. God, it's frustrating.
Welcome back for
Yeah,
another
welcome
week
back.
of craziness in the world.
Expert soldier, bro. Here's the thing. It's every time, and I think what it is, and I was just talking to some tech people. And the tech people were telling me, hey, you know, you need to be careful, blah, 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 and all this. I was like, you know what? What I'm really frustrated about this shit is that every time we broadcast, every time we go on air, there just seems to be like an automatic 8 o'clock. It just seems like it happens on my show. It literally is, because I've done tests. I mean, with Cause, and Cause has said you can't, repeat failure. Just keep going and maintain the standard. Everything goes the same. All testing's the same. All everything goes the same once again. And again, it just freaking, it just clicks off on us on Monday. It doesn't happen on any other show, but Monday. It doesn't happen any other time when I broadcast, but Monday. You're just kind of like, yeah, well, you know. But if the audio seems a little bit low, because I'm going to be tweaking some volumes.
The volume of language.
The volumes of language is going to be fucking. God, it's just a fucking Monday. It literally is.
I just want to punch things.
Yeah. If there's anything else, if there's not any other month that has lasted longer than we can possibly fucking. Jesus, man.
We say that every month, though.
Yeah, it's just like this.
This is January. We're like, oh my God, can we just get through January? And then, because World War III and everything.
Right.
And then February we had fires in Australia, and we're like, oh God, can we just get through this? I'm tired of koalas being burnt to a crisp.
Right.
And then we hit March, and all COVID was going crazy, and then we freaking hit April, and COVID was going crazy, and then we hit May, and then cops are going crazy, and people are going crazy, and then that just carried over into COVID and civil unrest. June, we're going for Total Destruction July.
Well, a lot of it, I'm gonna say after this fucking show, fuck it. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go climb a mountain and get some zen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking go and just chill and hang out and be one. I've had a lot of fucking shit happening recently, and I'm just at the point where, you know what? This is kind of like the fucking cake right here. This is the icing on the cake, no pun intended. You damn right, Adam. Fucking case of the Mondays, dude. Just fucking. It just sounds like it's fucking. Everyone's just like targeted and shit. Today's January 180th. You ain't lying, dude. A lot of fucking shit has happened, and I'm not gonna get too personal, but well, that's just not me. I mean, there's a lot of things that have happened due to this COVID shit that has affected everybody. I mean, I'm just being a little selfish, I guess, when you say it's just about me, because it's not about me. It's about everybody else too. How much we've been involved, or how much we've been involved in other, things, or trying to do things along our lives, and it's affected. I'm to the point where I'm fucking frustrated as fuck, dude. I'm frustrated.
I'm ready for a vacation.
Yeah.
Legit, go to Fiji.
This
Fiji's
isn't
not burnt up.
This isn't. Yeah.
And just disappear.
I feel like putting on a fucking Adidas tracksuit and disappearing in the Balkans.
There you go.
And I speak enough languages that I can make my way around there and just disappear. So fucking, I'll probably go dark or some shit after the show, after this, and just say,
just go to a cabin in the middle of the mountains and just turn off everything and be good. I wish I could do that. That'd be the goal at this point, because if the world just ends, shit, I won't know. At least I just will it'll hit me and be done, not have to watch this slow burn that's going on. But hey, people are still good. I believe people are good. Please, people be good.
People are good.
I believe in the goodness of people.
No, people are good. It's just that people don't know how to react to a situation like this.
Everyone's all pent up and everything. I think people aren't having enough sex.
No,
I'm just going to put that out there. I don't think people are having enough sex.
Everything's all pent up. Everyone just needs to go get some ass. Or maybe that's the problem. Everyone's trying to get too much ass, and ass is intertwining with each other and causing drama within their lives, I guess. I don't know.
It's a bigger problem than I have now.
Never happens to Ken. Anyways.
The Iceman pulled.
I'm telling you, bro. It is. I think I'm just gonna fucking for 4th of July weekend. So I'm gonna make I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna make an announcement right now. There's gonna be a couple shows within the next week or so. I'm making the call right now. I'm gonna be out of the net. What's up, Bailey? I'm gonna be out of the net. Hey, what's up? What's up, guys in the chats? I ain't fucking.
Phil, what's going on?
What's up, Pitt? What's up, guys?
David.
What's up, Defiant Dodo? What's up, Tina?
Steve, Tina.
Yeah, I really. What's up, Wahlberger?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I really am. I'm just like fucking.
Well, you deserve a break, damn it.
Yeah. Oh, someone said Branko. You know exactly what it is. It sounds like I'm gonna go do some pew pew. Oh, that is some trigger time is some trigger therapy, maybe some tattoo therapy. I don't know.
Therapy. I'm trying to convince my wife to finally go get her first tattoo.
Bro, it's just literally. It literally is to the point where friends and family, people that I know and people I talk to, is that this pandemic has really shown me a lot of character in individuals that I've never thought would push them over to the irrational side. It's gotten to where people that you think are, especially up in the respected realms of government and the respective realms of media, that they would be so much into you just think, are you fucking? Some individuals have lost their fucking shit, and on a personal level too. There's people that have lost their fucking shit. You're seeing a lot of
people's true colors, right? Where and I don't mind people having opinions. It's just interesting figuring out I'm talking both sides. I've lost a lot of Facebook friends, and it's funny because I present a moderate libertarian type of viewpoint of hey, I think a lot of this stuff is I don't think anyone's in the right now. I think just people are all well, you can't think that way. I'm like, oh, I can, and then they unfriend me. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not running around going all lives matter and getting people to unfriend me and going around and say fuck you. And it's just it's
a lot of it.
People are losing their minds, and you know what? This is it's not the purge we were hoping for, but I think a lot of people are purging people that don't need to be in their lives, and and isolating those. And I'm with Bailey, and tattoo therapy sounds really good right now. finally get that sleeve now that I have a good job. I don't have to care about it.
I think what I'll do is I think I will probably disappear for a little bit. Probably grow a beard or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think you can grow a beard. I think
no.
all this 29 years of shaving.
No, I could grow a beard. Trust me. I got enough beard to pass around. No, it's one of those. Again, it just the true character of individuals are revealed in some times like this, and all it does is I just shake my fucking head. You just have when somebody's really scared, somebody's really drunk or really tired, or in times like this, it's when you really see their true selves, I guess. Most of somebody, I just need to invade some more bases. Surprise, bitches. Yeah, really.
What's up, motherfuckers? We're changing the name. Like roll down the Fort Lee and go, hey, we're just so you all know, I'm Ice. We're changing this shit.
We're changing this name exactly.
This is called Union Makeover.
Exactly. This is called Installation Makeover. I'm just gonna show. I think I'll do that.
TV show. Hi, we're here live at soon-to-be Fort Sherman.
Exactly.
Fort Georgia.
Yeah, Fort Alwyn Cache at the General Sherman Maneuver Center of Excellence. Bro, it's just people who
HGTV will totally buy into that.
Yeah, but I like to do shit my way. I don't like fucking people. We have our own way of doing stuff. You might see me pop up on a fucking Facebook Live or a Twitter Live broadcast, but God, dude, it's just. Yeah, I don't want to say it's getting to me, but I'm saying that just there's some motherfuckers out there that just need to get handled. I mean, I shouldn't say that because then if something happens to somebody, then the next thing you know, I said on the radio that somebody needs to get handled, and then next thing you know, it's going to be people are going to get upset. Well,
speaking of handles, there is something I want to knock out real quick. So I know at the last episode we talked at great lengths about a lot of things that are happening within our communities, and one of them was with NASCAR racer Bubba Wallace and the I guess it was the accused noose, the noose incident. Well, in case you've been living under a rock, it was FBI determined that apparently that a noose-like rope had been in that garage since like October of last year. It's still a little weird, but
it's a noose.
Apparently it wasn't directed. They're saying that it's been there, so it wasn't directed at Bubba Wallace, which I guess is great news that nobody's that horrible in NASCAR. Which is kind of funny because Bubba Wallace, who I've been like, oh, just stay quiet, who did, I think he was on CNN or MSNBC and was talking about it. And then the next day the FBI is like, no, it is a little weird. Like they showed the NASCAR tweeted a picture of it, and it's kind of like I'm all for like.
I will, as a matter of fact, I will. Matter of fact, let me grab the goddamn image because.
Yeah, it's a little like I saw that's like no one ties a rope like that.
No, that is not the fucking. And everyone will sit there and say, "It's not fucking news." Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna tell you what.
It looked like a fucking news to me.
It looks like a fucking news to me.
I'm gonna go with the FBI and be glad that no one is directing it at Bubba Wallace. And I kind of think
the FBI said that it was, and they told Bubba Wallace, and they said it was a non-functioning noose. It was a non-work. That's what he said to fucking Jesse Waters on Fox News when he was interviewed, and he said it was a not working noose. Now, I don't know. I've seen you've seen memes, right, of the guy that says first time, ever gone through a divorce, and the guy says first time, and it looks like he's wearing a noose. This is the fucking shit that NASCAR, that the FBI tweeted out. I'm sorry. I don't know how many fucking ways you want to say it's a line knot, it's a fucking Kai line, or whatever the fucking lines you want to call that. Where I'm raised, that's a hangman's noose. Where that right there, out west, that's what it is. You drop it in the gallows, and and one says, well, it's a specific line to a fish. A noose is used by under load. That's when it tightens. You tighten that loose end up, and then you bam, that's it.
So I'm glad,
that's fucking news.
I'm glad that they think that they believe that it wasn't targeted at Bubba Wallace. And I'm assuming it has a function. I think it's to pull down it's just weird. Like who ties it like that?
That's fucking news.
To have because I've had garage ropes before, and I've been in many garages where we've had like ropes to pull them down, but nothing that we decide to have. You have to have like a little tiny.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I don't know. It's just weird, but I know I made a big stink about it, and I'm glad that
it was not in there.
It's not, so I'm happy.
It was not directed attempt to him. Now everyone likes to drop the fucking conclusion. It is whatever. I'm sorry, that's a fucking noose.
But, hey,
Either it's a mini noose.
Jussie Smollett thing.
Yeah, exactly. Either it's a mini noose, a full noose. I don't give a fuck. It's a noose.
Yeah, like I get, you know, because the Hodge twins and some other fucking conservative pundits were rolling around and they're like, "Whoa, it's Jussie Smollett all over again." Here's the difference, though. It wasn't Bubba Wallace who said that it happened. It was the crew that found it, and then they told him about it. The crew had already told NASCAR that this was there before they even told Bubba Wallace. It was NASCAR who rolled through it and did the proper thing, I think. And because if it was a potential hate crime, then Shazam, that's what you do. I'm glad it wasn't quote unquote directed to Bubba Wallace or whatever. It's fucking weird, and I understand why they would, NASCAR would do that. It is not the same thing as just Smollett or whatever the fuck it is. Big difference. So, I kind of wish people would stop hammering Bubba Wallace on that. He's going off the information he had, and it wasn't faked. It's a fucking weird thing to have in a fucking garage. So, I just want to clear the air on that because, I still, I'm still glad NASCAR still showed support because I think it's still a big step for the great racing sport. And if you missed the race on Sunday, you missed out. A lot of action. It was actually pretty cool. Pocono was pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna say, when someone says and they'd like to pick Pepper out of fly shit, I'm saying that's a noose.
That's a noose.
I've ranched in my fucking life. I've fished in my life. And I guarantee it, no one can ever fucking pull it over my eyes to say that it's not. You can be innocuous. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Try to drum up some fucking vagueness on there to try to say, I don't care. That's a fucking news. So anybody who had said it was not, I was waiting for any information to come out for it. Because you know how we are. We like to sit there and wait. You know me. Like to see video. Like to see pictures. I want to see them receipts. Well, Saddam had 13 in there because I think there was some sort of count or something like that. It had to be done like a specific way. I can't remember why he had it like that. But that's the news. I'm sorry.
That's just a weird fucking thing to have.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to find out exactly, the intent and all that stuff like that. It's just like you said, that's the news if I've ever seen one. And it's just a weird thing to have in the garage. And I don't blame NASCAR for doing their due justice. I don't blame the team, and I don't blame Bubba Wallace for stepping out and be like, hey, this is some bullshit because no one should ever have that kind of stuff in there. Why it was in the first place? Who the fuck knows? But it's not a Jussie Smollett thing. He didn't get his ass whooped because he paid somebody to do it for him.
Everybody was
I watched the Hodge twins and was like, oh my god, both of you shut the
fuck
up.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all about everybody having their opinion on what it is, but before it came out, and people were using a video of the garage area from that. I'm surprised we didn't talk about this before. And I looked at that, I'm like, when I pull down on my fucking, I have a slip knot in my fucking garage with 550 cord that I used to pull down the fucking to access the attic or the crawl space. Mm-hmm. And it's a loop. It's closed loop, and that's it. And it's just enough for me to stick my hand in there to pull it down, and I climb up the ladder, and I come back down. There is no fucking way I am going to sit there and go.
There's no purpose to have it like that. Like my every garage we've had kind of like a rope, and it had just knots at like 2 foot intervals.
Exactly.
So you kind of get a handle on it and pull it down and shit, but not like
Right.
Anyways, I don't want to spend all day on that, but it's
no. Okay, so we are.
I'm glad NASCAR and the FBI.
Yeah, I'm glad NASCAR knocked it out. I'm glad everybody and Facebook. Thank you for hating us because any other platform that we were broadcasting on was rolling just fine. I don't know why you like to do this to us every fucking time.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, so it's every time. And Facebook, we have a good relationship. Why you gotta do us like that, Facebook? I thought we were cool. You know what I mean? I thought we were cool.
Hey Zuck, you can come on the show if you want.
Yeah, we can come on the show. Okay, this next video I'm going to show you guys and gals. I want you guys to tell. This is
it's not gonna be great experience. Can you tell me a little bit?
He's getting he's getting his COVID test done.
Sorry.
This is our major Michael meeting.
Thank you.
let me show that video again. Yeah, everyone was like, what? Hang on, buddy, I'm doing a show.
Oh no! Look at it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
it's not gonna be a great experience. Can you tell me a little bit?
Guys, all in?
It seemed like it was they stuck it there longer, but that looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah, hang on, let me show you again now. So Mike visit was coming to the States, and I he we're trying to link up to go hang out or do some shit. We just couldn't do it. There was something that I just couldn't, freaking. There's some timing and stuff like that. Again, it's just a whole bunch of shit going on, and he was like, hey, I need to fucking, and he doesn't use profanity as much as I do. He's a public affairs sergeant major out with the 8th Army, and him and Major General Donahoe.
That means he cusses more in private.
Well, yeah, he's a PA. He does. It's awesome because he has a good sense of humor. He doesn't overdo it. Yeah, I know my video is twice as loud as we are because we're talking to you guys. And dude,
deal with it.
Yeah, we're really not. Hey guys, gals, I appreciate the constructive criticism right now, but I think there's like a mood factor at the moment. Yeah. So at any rate, he decided he was talking about getting quarantined, and I was like, he was literally doing it like the way he was reading it off in his tweets. He even said, this sounds like I'm reading this off of a like a Civil War thing. And so everybody on social media was kind of messing with him about the about his his freaking quarantine. Shows up to Korea, he's got to get the swabs, got to go through 14 days of quarantine, and then he goes through barracks and all this other stuff. And with that, he was kind of given like a living diary of what was happening. And bro, it was the way he was typing it. And then we had a friend of ours from Cyber Command just started like reciting the lines and shit. So I told Mike, everyone was like, oh yeah, Mike, we're gonna do this. Well, you guys know what happens every time I make fun of the Civil War or make fun of the Civil War stuff. It's time for Sergeant Major Mike Levine's Civil War read of his quarantine, day 1. It was funny or more talented. I would write this like a Civil War letter home. But unfortunately, he's got us. He's got us to do this. So here's my first meal. Oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about this. It looks like hell, and it tasted like heaven. My attempt at bullying the staff and putting me into a room with a router failed. So send Wi-Fi, please. Just kidding. Signal is okay, but not great. Already. A gear delivery this morning with my contingency coffee kit. PS4 monitor delivery this afternoon from Mike Nicholson. Mike Nicholson is the PAO out in 8th Army. I don't even think I've ever gone this long before.
Bless his heart.
Dear mother, this is my my dear friend Patrick Donahoe. Will be arriving in Georgia soon. I hear, and tell that he shall take a command of the cavalry unit, and soon teach everyone how to drive a tank. I'm sorry, man. So Mike, it just so here's Cheesy Mike. Hey, just giving you a shout out, man. Oh,
I freaking love it.
Yeah. Again, brother.
Dear Jenny, the days of my isolation have gone on way too long.
Exactly.
I long to hear you, or that chirp of I am. My Wi-Fi is spotty, but I will persevere.
There are some times
we must persevere.
We must make better men of each other.
Oh. I like that he's got a good sense of humor though, because those quarantines can.
Oh my god, dude!
Being isolated for 14 days that would possibly drive me crazy.
Oh, it would drive me nuts, dude.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Yeah, it would drive me nuts.
14 days in Korea with bad Wi-Fi. Right. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Someone's getting killed.
Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. Anyways, so best of luck to you, Mike. and you know, hang out, and you know, I'm pretty sure you're gonna bug everybody on Twitter. Yes, that's true.
Welcome back to the
Yeah.
peninsula. Here's
Yeah.
your 14-day quarantine.
Major General Patrick Donahoe is going back to the States. He's going to be assuming he's going to be taking over the Maneuver
he's
Center
gone
of
now?
Excellence. Yeah, he's going to be leaving, dude. I was just breaking ball. I mean, I wasn't messing around.
Oh,
He
man.
really is taking off.
That means when I see his tweets, it'll be it'll be regular times.
Right,
This
right,
whole
right.
Korea, like super ass early in the morning or super
Right.
ass late at night.
Yeah, he's you know, he's going to be out there, and you know,
He's hankery.
right. Oh, maybe do some tankery. Maybe do some tankery. Oh man. Okay, so let's see if I got another video. The other video that I wanted to talk about. Was it this one? Here, is that the one right here? That I guess. So here's the little video. Quick. Again, a mic. Getting you. Everyone's looking like what a fucking. Look at that. Oh God. Ugh. Ouch. God, man. Oof.
Oh no.
God.
Just-
That's. I'm not saying I
It's
don't.
just like it's the wiggle, and then just like, oh, look at it. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
and
not
the
saying
guy
I.
behind him is like, shit, that's me.
Yeah,
next.
exactly. I'm not saying I don't like medical porn, but I think that's pretty fascinating to see stuff
I
like
wouldn't call it that. I'd call it just uncomfortable and disturbing.
that. Yeah.
That hurts my nose. Like now my nose is itching. No, don't stick anything there, please. God.
Okay. Anyways,
I isolate not because I don't want to get COVID. It's just I don't want to fucking stick in my to touch my brain at this point.
I don't
How do we-
really think that the I mean, at this point you want to talk about the COVID stuff, man.
COVID craziness.
It's getting nuts, dude. Now several states are now they're opening up their freaking they're rolling back on their lockdowns. They're closing up facilities again. They're not allowing.
Virginia goes to phase whatever. I think they're on phase 3.
Yeah.
As of July 1st, North Carolina's potentially rolling back.
Right.
Texas stopped their rollback
Right.
because they're spiking up there. Florida's just like, we don't care if we get COVID or not. We're
They're roll-
Floridians.
Yeah, they
We will
will
survive
Yeah,
anything.
so they're all talking about rolling stuff back.
Like
So
alligators that sell meth.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Everybody.
We get butt fucked by hurricanes every year for like 4 months, and we're still out there yelling at the hurricane while drinking.
Right.
We don't care.
Well, a lot of it. I mean, again, everybody needs to shut up about the mask stuff. I mean, there's the HSS, there's the Health and Human Services, says that if you can help it or whatever, it's recommended but not required. And then the government says follow the instruction of your municipality's government, local government, or whatever to say to put it. I'm telling you, if you're not gonna put a mask on, then put a fucking mask on.
Like, I won't lie. Wearing my mask is luckily I have one that doesn't go around my ears. I have one that goes around my whole head, which is a little more of a bitch to get on and off, but still, it's a little more comfortable. I hate wearing that thing. I honestly hate it, but I'm not a douchebag where I'm going to fight it. I don't care. Like this isn't 1984 type stuff. This isn't like, hey, this isn't a curfew thing. This is hey, can you just wear this just in case, you might get sick or somebody else gets. I think flu season, everyone should be fucking wearing masks because I'm tired of getting, people trying to get the flu around me and shit. Like, I know it's inconvenience. I got it. And the government's telling you to do it. And a lot of times I'm like, yes, I'm with you. Like, I don't like the government, jumping in, but this is kind of a public safety health thing, and I'm okay with it. I wear my mask. It's uncomfortable as shit, and sometimes I got to go. When I was at the Costco, I had to duck around the corner so I could pull the mask down, kind of breathe for a couple of seconds of some fresh air, and then put it back on and went on about my day because I am not a douchebag. You do you, though. If you want to go out there with no mask, that's cool. Don't get mad. But you see people out in California, like there was a couple Karens that were like throwing shit
Right.
in
Right.
a Whole Foods because they were told, and one lady's like, I have a medical thing, and they're like, cool, well,
there's no fucking hall pass right now for medical stuff. No one. If anything else, if someone says,
Karens be crazy.
yeah, exactly. I've not seen that's that bro-vet propaganda right there right now. When you say I'm not going to wear a mask, and you want to talk about the free. Whatever happened to etiquette? That's some of the reason why some of the stuff during
That's
the plague.
like saying I don't want to wear pants because the government said I have to wear pants.
Well, no. When you look at it though, think about a lot of stuff that happened in the past.
You don't
when
see
there was
people
plagues.
freaking out about the whole no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Right. Well,
But
when
they say, hey,
Right.
can you put on one more smaller piece of cloth over your face so just in case you don't fucking get everyone sick here?
look at it like this, man. I'm serious.
Damn it!
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, look at how our culture with the use of manners has evolved because of plagues. Washing your hands, covering your mouth when you fucking cough, covering your mouth when you sneeze. Gentlemen have a handkerchief. They blow their nose. That's always been part of manners and etiquette that has been evolved in that. Now, when I look at people now and I see how they are, when somebody puts it in perspective, you look at it and go, "You're some nasty. Some of these people are nasty. Don't wash their fucking hands. They don't freaking. They cough with their mouth all open. They're spitting everywhere. They're freaking sneezing just to sneeze.
Uncivilized.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that's bad or
Bunch of
whatever. Just you need to fucking. But at any rate, how the hell are you supposed to maintain your freaking hygiene? Remember the law on some of the stuff. I should say the law. The directives have been, if you cannot maintain social distancing less than 6 feet, then what? If you're within 6 feet, you have to mask up. That's what pisses me off, is watching people who are walking across a parking lot and then having somebody else running across the parking lot to say you need to put a mask on. That's what pisses me off. If maintaining social distancing, if you can't get within six feet, or I'm in an area that I have no choice but get close people 6 feet, and the business says that you have to have it, I guess I gotta fucking wear a mask, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't like if I'm like when I'm walking through the parking lot, unless I'm all of a sudden around a shit ton of people at once, which then I would turn back and get in my car because I just don't want to deal with all that. I don't have it on all the time. I don't have it on in the car because it's my fucking car. But yeah, and people who jump out their way to go find that random person in the middle of the fucking parking lot, go, "Hey, you need to wear a mask." I'm gonna tell you to go fucking kick rocks.
Yeah, you sit there. I hate that. I've literally seen
it's right here.
I've seen videos. I've seen videos and people posting on fucking Facebook. I have seen everyone going after somebody for not wearing a mask, and they're just walking, like literally walking down the street, and people are like,
them, "Good job, you single-handedly cured
right.
COVID by making sure I have my mask where there's no
one around." I was kind of like maintaining social distancing until you walked up and got less than 6 feet with me. And now I have to draw down on you. Now, why are you getting close to me? People are now starting to realize they're losing their. You're realizing too. People are like not real. You can totally tell respect's been out the fucking window in the way society is now, the way some people have been fucking raised. You don't get up in my fucking face. I don't know where some individuals have come from, but pointing at me and pointing into my chest or pointing in my nose isn't going to solve the fucking problem at all.
That'll get you punched.
At all. And everyone's not talking about, all these events. All of it is involved. No one can say during a viral contagion that it's one specific item or the other that's causing a spike or not causing a spike. It is a viral contagion. If it's a viral contagion and it was because of protesting, it was because of a fucking going hanging out in a bar. If it's going out and fucking, you're doing some shit you shouldn't be at a concert. If it's holding a fucking large gathering together and you're not masked up, it doesn't matter if it's a protest. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking concert. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking rally. You're not exercising anything when you're trying to deny. Dude, the denying thing is what's pissing me off about a lot of stuff.
COVID's not real.
No, exactly that, Tina. There's some folks who have never been in fights, and it fucking shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I see individuals who
I was on my way to Costco a couple weeks ago, and somebody decided to go through a stop sign and cut me off, and then had the nerve to roll down their window, flick me off, cuss me out, and I was like, because I was already like, because it ended up turning into a street that was just, and then there was a stop sign, and I rolled and I saw him kind of move like he was gonna get out. I was already unbuckled because I'm like, I'm gonna go whoop this guy's ass.
Right.
And then I see him, and then he flicked me off again and drove off, and I'm just like, man, he's not ready for the fight. I'm just like, nah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on my fucking break, and then I'm gonna be like, that's I think it's what I just need to throw some hands.
I want to fight.
You just want to.
You want to fight?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
We'll be halfway. We'll just go to a random parking lot.
It's like that. More than likely, people are gonna fucking get the ass and start saying that's a spread of something, and we're not gonna maintain. Yeah. Well, my biggest thing is though is that people will sit there and get the ass about stuff about all the social distancing, and there's the respect of not minding your fucking business. Literally, there is not a respect of my. There's a difference. I mean, culture right now in society has to where if I see a man beating up on a woman, it is in my manly duty as a man. Kings go out and do this. We don't fucking beat women unless they're fucking spitting on you or unless they're fucking assault. Remember we had this conversation before. Zombies coming at you with an axe or shooting at you, then that's when the female thing. But if you see a man, if you see a man beating up on a woman, it is your man. It is your duty as a man and as a human being, as a decent person, to go out and throttle that motherfucker that is beating up on a woman. That's just the way it is. So I don't understand where this respect has been lost, where anyone can think they could ready to fight tonight. You're exactly, Heath. Where you could walk up to somebody, think that you're going to get in their face, and then I'm telling you, Antifa kids, I'm going to tell you what right now, y'all don't notice. You're all on fucking notice. I don't respect that shit. You're not gonna get respect from me. You're not gonna get support from me.
I won't lie. I love watching these assholes because they always come. Because my problem with Antifa, well, I have a lot of problems. My biggest thing, especially when it comes to confrontations, they have a mob mentality. They're all kinds of ready to kick shit when there's a bunch of them there. But as soon as you see these videos of one-on-one, they immediately they immediately back down, or they have to have some kind of weapon or whatnot, and then watch them get the shit kicked out of them. It's conflicting when it's like crazy leftist versus crazy extreme rightist, that I'm like, not really rooting for anyone in this, but at least somebody's getting knocked down. But like you see these folks, I'm like, man, thank God they're not around my neighborhood, because I'm not saying that I'm the best fighter at all, but I'm ready to scrap. There's never a cause that I'm just like, man. It's not like Antifa's like, throwing around Boston Red Sox flags and shit and marching through my town.
Cancel Boston.
Because then I'm gonna roll shit. Then I'm gonna roll out my Yankees gear and be like, "Who wants to fight?"
Nick,
you say car keys right?
No, I'm serious. There are some people that need throttling out there. I mean, there is, because of the lack of respect.
These are the kids that didn't get spanked as children, and it shows.
Right. Well, like I'm saying, or the lack of parenting. What trips me out is the majority of these cases that you see that are doing this are entitled little fuckers. They're not. I'll be honest with you. It ain't. I'm not seeing freaking. Oh shit. Are we losing Flash again? Hello, Flash. You there? Telling you, man, it's the little entitled kids that are doing it. Those are the ones that are doing that shit. They're the other ones that get stupid. They're the ones that you see throwing rocks. They're the ones that you see getting in front of cop cars. They're the ones that you see doing that stuff. You don't ever see. I'll be honest with you. Is it just me? Am I not exactly that? You did not go through level 1 combatives in a drill, and it shows. Exactly. Anyways, I think Flash has gone away. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys hear what I'm saying? You guys hear me talking? We're going to go ahead and take a break anyways, because it's already the top of the hour. And we'll be right back. So everyone take a break, get your drinks, and we'll be right back. So, shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue. Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. While you keep it in your head. Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it. And it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way. 'Cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you need now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're bleeding now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show.
We were talking about wanting to fight, right? Ready to fight tonight? Is that what you're saying? Saw that comment in the chat earlier. Man, I'm just really frustrated about this stuff. It's just people need to. There needs to be some. I don't know, some sort of decompression or some shit or whatever. I don't know what else to say. This next story we're going to talk about. You guys know that there was a guy and his wife, lawyer, walked out in front of their house, armed, and the wife was holding a pistol, and the husband was holding a rifle, and it was just like one of those, oh shit. Well, the memes are already out. There's already jokes to discuss, and so let me show you a video of what everyone said, what happened. What happened was what the media is saying is that a group of protesters busted through and knocked the gate down and was getting people freaked out. And so a homeowner walked out to the front of his house with his wife, armed, and said, "Get the fuck off my lawn." So that's pretty much the story. Well, everyone's running around saying that, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'll be honest with you, I was hunting for the video. Because, like I said before, you got to have receipts, man. You got to see the fucking proof to see if it is legit. Because, again, with all this misinformation that's going on, we really need to, I'm telling you, especially as citizenry, you really need to be careful how you start projecting yourself as either, okay, well, they were all wrong or they were on this. Now, I don't know. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly, cause cringe level at the video. Only because the fact that to me there was poor weapons discipline, and I don't like poor weapons discipline. I'm kind of, I feel like that when you as soon as you pull out a weapon and you brandish it and it's pointed to people, then I think you better go ahead and understand that there's going to be some consequences with it. I am not going to say that they were in the right or the wrong. No, because I wasn't there. I'm not. I don't carry that. I don't carry that situation. Like I said, I'm just the way I see it. There's been memes out already about them. Straight out of Applebee's. There's already been some jokes and memes about it. I think it's fucking funny. Again, it's funny to me. What I'm not going to say, though, is that they were incorrect or not correct for what they did. I'm only concerned with the fact of the story, the narrative right now of how they came about how they walked out of their house. They walked out of their house armed because, this is the narrative, is that people had broke into the gate. They had busted down their gate, right? That's the story. The story is that they busted up. That's what the media's pushing. That's what both sides are, protesters are busting through gates of gated community. I'm going to show you a video right now. And what the video is, you judge for yourself. You tell me what it is. All right? So in this video I'm going to show you, you're going to see, is what was from the protesters' point of view. The protesters' point of view is what you're going to be seeing, but then there's some, I don't know, just watch the details of this video and you tell me. See the individuals right there? You see the gate opening up and somebody holding open the gate, and there's somebody in a suit with a walkie-talkie. Who is that? And just let him in. You see, we don't want the talkie. Right? And then there's the house. You see that? You see that shit? What's up with that? What happened? Let me show the video again. See, there they are right there. And they're walking in. There's the gate opening up. The gate's opening. People are just walking in all nice and casually. Yeah, there you go. There's a person with a suit with a walkie-talkie, and there's the house. Then, of course, that's when you see people come in. That's when you see the homeowners running out and screaming and freaking out about what happened. That's what's got the narrative going. The members, the Second Amendment community, everyone's going, "Yo, defend my right, defend all this other stuff and all that." Yep, I can totally see that. That was a gated community. They walked in. They should not have been there. But the narrative right now is that they had busted through the gates. You just saw on video that they did not bust through the gates. They walked in. I'm not defending their fact. I'm not defending that they should not have been there again. I'm not defending their trespassing at all. I'm just saying, be careful what you see. Be careful what you fucking see or hear on the news and on media and social media with fake fucking memes and disinformation. It's out there. Right now, the media is saying on one side that they busted through. The other side of the media is saying that there's white people brandishing guns. That it's now meme gold forever. It's awesome fucking memes though. $100 at a Grips and a handgun or Tiffany blue. the polo was disgusting. Oh, the khaki. I know the khakis, man. Here, there's already a meme for that one already. These khakis don't crease. Is what the. Let me Let me show you another meme from that. What's up, shipwreck?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
On the CQ desk here.
No, yeah, you're sitting there. Okay, yeah.
I'm surprised First Sergeant Commander didn't come up on my ass.
Well, you guys, we got shipwreck here because now Flash is having interwebs issues, and again, I'm so glad I'm gonna be fucking going. Taking a break. I need this fucking shit. So here's another one. These khakis don't crease. The memes are gold. I think it's awesome. I think it's funny as hell. However, I'm gonna show this fucking video one more fucking time so that way you guys understand. They did not bust through the gate. They did not, and I think it's a pretty good analysis. I've been in multimedia for a while. I can kind of say I'm qualified. I've been trained in the arts. I can kind of say, look, here you go. There you go. There they go. They're walking in. Yeah, you see them? Yep. There's a gate opening up. Right, there you go. And then the person with the suit. Who is that person with the suit walking in? That's what I want to know. And then that's, of course, the house. Who is the person?
You notice the guy with the suit guy just slides his hand across the fence like he owns the place.
I was about to say like he had keys to the joint or something like that. Like they were allowed in. Now everybody, I'll raise you rooftop career. No, man. They're already calling them cul-de-sac commandos. Rooftop Koreans, storefront Sikhs, and cul-de-sac commandos. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me get somebody that. Yeah, okay, got it. I just got the meme inbox. Again, I fully support them defending themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. I know if I'm sitting outside barbecuing with my family and all of a sudden you're hearing a bunch of noises, then all of a sudden you hear freaking screaming and all that, and you're hearing some noises and you're like wondering what's going on. What do you do? Why anybody would do that? You're not expected to hear that shit when you're in your fucking neighborhood. And it's a gated community. All right, well there you go. Here, let me show you that meme, Pip, that you were just talking about. Let me show that Pip right there. See, from this perspective, you don't know that, Scott. I don't know that. I'm just telling you that the gate was open, that they walked in. There was no busting down of the gate. Whether they picked the lock. Have you ever been to? I've walked in around some gated communities, and sometimes they don't give a shit about that. These are the same people that fucking that don't. I've seen people not give a crap about the gate being open. You ever seen people who are like that? Oh, I forgot my key. Oh, can you help me out with the keys and stuff like that? Can't see it on Mixer. Why is Mixer freaking? Mixer should be working. That's messed up. Oh, I can't tell you. They probably cut it out. So there we go. There's rooftop Koreans, a storefront Sikhs, and then cul-de-sac commandos. And that's the new meme hotness right now.
And it's hot. It's hot,
man. It's like hot. I again, I'm gonna defer to the I've been through, walked through and seen some gated communities where the gates just kind of open there flapping. They probably walked up and tested the gate. They probably just like, oh yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what happened. So understand narratives. Understand when people say, CNN reported the protesters broke the gate. Well, does that look like? Oh my God, am I saying that CNN? Let me say that again. Are we saying that CNN is BSing on their news? Look at that, right? They didn't broke down no gate. Look at somebody walks up to the gate. They both people are walking up. The gate opens. Yeah, there's that person right there. Just let me slide right here. There you go. In my suit. That looks like that. Yeah, just opened up, right? What's up with that?
And that's not an easy gate to break down.
Yeah, you can't. What I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot. They broke in or whatever. But the way they're making it sound like they broke into this. Oh my God, this is.
They called in the Hulk.
Yeah, this is the disaster. This is this is messed up. We're gonna, man, dude. So again, watch it. There's also fake T-shirts being drawn on people who are not. I'm telling you, man, it's just this right here. This whole thing about the Second Amendment being brought up to the forefront. I want people to exercise their Second Amendment rights. I want people to exercise their ability. You should be able to carry, and you should be able to carry in your own freaking yard And again, pointing weapons though, nah, not like that. I mean, that's not the way I feel. You should. Maybe people sometimes having a presence, just being out there would be good enough.
Presence is always a good deterrent.
Well, I mean, I've had people. I'm telling you, maybe I've had people walk by in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And I didn't realize. I've got my gats nearby.
Shit, I walk around proudly. I carry it when I go to the mailbox and shit.
Well,
everyone in my neighborhood knows not to fuck with my house.
No, but what I'm saying though is that, especially in a situation, that's why I also believe in high capacity magazines. That's for that situation, because you could have done more damage than good. I think if you'd have walked out there. Here's another meme somebody just sent me. This one's kind of funny.
Meme happy hour. Huh?
It is, man. It's just, well, when it comes to this subject, because they made her they made Karen all, whatever. But this one right here, I like this one. You get what you fucking deserve. Look at this meme. That's a fucking awesome one. I think it's fucking. I love memes. I'm sorry. I'm a meme DeLorean. But look how she's already. See that she's pointing the pistol, right? She's got her finger in the fucking trigger well, pointing a pistol at somebody. Now I don't know. See, that's the thing. We're not seeing good video of what transpired to make them point weapons at them. I really don't. So I'm just kind of thinking, well, shit. The narrative has already been knocked down. She, they didn't. Well, the narrative's been knocked down. They didn't break in. They didn't bust the gate. Suburban Karen.
There has to be more videos out there to show the lead up to this, because if I was on that end looking at that pistol
Let's look at the video right there.
Roses.
There's a camera crew with them. There's a guy walking right through the front door. He's got cameras with him. There's the suit again. Let me walk on through here.
Right, I got all of that, but I'm sure there's other videos from other directions from other people that builds up even more to this, to tell more of the true story.
Right. Now
but this proves the mass media is wrong.
Well, you're right. My biggest thing is that everyone's asking, why did they walk through this gated community? Well, the reason why they walked through the gated community was due to the fact that the mayor was dropping dimes on who was the ones it wasn't staged. I don't think. I don't think it was staged. But it was like St. Louis. I think was it St. Louis? I think it was. St. Louis mayor. That just dropped Danton on a freaking like a Zoom broadcast. Like she Facebook Live, and she was talking about what people were. Oh well, so and so did this, and they're part of the protest. So and so did this, and they were part of the protest. So she was dropping dimes on people. She was like, everyone's saying there was doxing. I will say that in the former line of work that I had, you don't know what doxing really is. Everyone says, oh, you dox somebody, having your name out there does not mean you're doxed. So it's public record. It's on Facebook too. So if you want to look up, that's a public record thing. So she went online and she went on Facebook Live and told everybody. Lada Cruzen said, hey, so and so's involved in these activities. So and so's involved in that activity. So and so did this and so did that.
Damn AT&T operators.
Yeah, she was just diming people out. She's like, whatever. So that neighborhood where she was at, supposedly that's where the St. Louis, I guess the mayor is from, where she lives. So they're
pretty close.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
I can see that.
Yeah, so it's like a I don't know, 16 block, a little fucking perimeter of a gated community, and so she was on that block. So that path of where she was at is where she was. Her neighborhood was there, so they're walking to her house. Is what they were. That house on the right, where the two individuals came out, the cul-de-sac commandos came out and pointed weapons at them and shit. They were like not the target of things. They were actually just passing through, and going to the house of the mayor. Because the marchers were angry that she was reading aloud the names and addresses. She was giving out addresses, too, of several residents who wrote letters demanding to defunding the police department. So is that doxing? Is that doxing? Is that a giving the address and stuff like that? Someone said they were crisis actors. Exactly. So the police said that the couple had a loud commotion in the street, and then saw large people break the iron gate marked no trespassing. I didn't see nobody break the iron gate. You guys just saw the video.
And there was no sign there.
No, there was a sign. There was a sign. It says private. It says private, and it says hang on, let's see.
Hey, I'm getting old, so I must have missed that part of the sign.
No, hang on. I'll you know, I'll bust it out.
I just had to say it didn't stand out like boom, here it is. You see other stuff in the video.
Well, I don't. Again, if you have yeah, exactly that. Okay, so it's true. If you give out the addresses, doxing. Yeah, you're right. That's a valid point. Yeah, that is. The doxing that I've taken part of for bad guys was a little bit more detailed. I don't know why I call it doxing then. I guess it would be just a better information. But do you think that it's okay for government? See, that's the thing. We get in the argument too. We had a discussion about that. She's giving out addresses of people's names and stuff like that that support defunding the police and stuff like that. Do you think that she should be removed from office for giving out that information?
Hell yeah, in a heartbeat.
Exactly. I think so because
citizens trust right there.
Well, not to mention the fact that she could have been given out. What if it was Second Amendment owners, like people, gun owners?
Yep.
Well, you know what I mean? So exactly, they got mad. They got mad that people's addresses got out, but they don't want people to go into their houses, so they respond by going to people's houses. That's right. Exactly that. You know, she's reading names out. So I'll correct myself on that one. She was reading names and addresses out.
Well, think about all those families that probably went and found a hotel room for a couple of nights, and they're wasting their money because the COVID crap, and they're not working.
Oh, who has money to go to a hotel if they're not working, though, dude?
Hey, I'm just saying, you know,
I mean,
bust out that savings for safety because someone's busting out their name and address.
Right.
My kids come first, no matter if I got firearms or not. I'm bailing out if someone does that shit to me.
I don't know, man. I just I don't know. Maybe they're trying to join the protest, but realized that they were the only ones with guns. That's true. That's true. Maybe that they're narcissistic, I guess. But again, if you had your name out loud, so was it good for them? Because we talk about big government, right? No knock warrants, Second Amendment, you know, my freedoms, all this other stuff. So do you think that there's some sort of, you know, repercussion is that this should happen like that? The protesting was deemed correct to go to the mayor's house or go to the mayor's neighborhood for reading names and addresses of individuals who said defund the police and sponsored those stuff.
Protest goes where they protest
right. Well,
causing bodily harm.
Peaceful,
so, hey.
yeah. Peaceful assembly and stuff like that, you know. Isn't that what a protest is all about? Right to assembly and all that.
Yep. So be if it's in front of her yard. Too bad, so sad.
I don't think you should mess with somebody's house. That's just me. That's a respect thing, though. You shouldn't mess with somebody's house.
But if you're putting everyone's name and addresses out there, fair game, you know, at that point. Sorry, but but you're right. You should respect someone else's property from protest and leave their wife and kids out of it, but when you go that extreme, too late, so sad.
Right.
Time to take your medicine back, you know?
Yeah, exactly that, Blair. Yeah, if the manager of a suite opens up a property gate and waves you through, is it considered? You know what I mean? Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Who was that person in that suit that had that walkie-talkie? That's who I want to know.
We'll find out when they're commit suicide in the middle of the street. If you know what I mean? We'll find out who it is.
I just think it's fucking funny. I don't. What I don't want people to go off is a belief that they broke in down the things, because then it goes back to the news subject. To some it's a news, to some it's not, right? To some that was a news, to some it isn't. People want to pick pepper out of fly shit again with that stuff, and you're not going to get it that way. If somebody opens the door for you and you were walking in, albeit, yes, you are fucking trespassing. You did not break it down. Now then, and it was a private street, so there are some. Do you have authority? Do you have authority as a law-abiding citizen and exercising your Second Amendment right to point weapons at people who are on the sidewalk walking in front of your house? even though it's a private street.
Heck no, unless they got a firearm pointing at you.
Right.
Or they're gonna tell you they're going over there with an AK or Mac 9 or whatever, and they're gonna jack your ass up with it.
Right.
And that's another story, you know. Shit.
Right. Even if people walk through the gate in a hoa unless they're invited, they're trespassing. Well, see, again, that's what's up, Mike. Hey, you missed your Civil War reading, man. We did your Civil War reading. We even had we even had your pictures and your images digitized to make them look like they were from the Civil War era. So that's what you missed, man. And I even recited.
You're standing next to the statue. You know?
Yeah, exactly. the Mike Levine statue playing the. Yeah, we were playing harmonica music, man. You know, we were just going, you know, we were just shooting the shit, talking about your quarantine, and we played videos. We played your video of your nose swab, and it was
yeah, that went down deep.
Yeah, exactly. So I even had this music right here going, you know, exactly what we talked about on social media, Mike. We had this music going in the background, and I was reciting it, you know, freaking Civil War accent style. Yeah, we went like exactly what you said. We were just basically reading your tweets off with this music in the background, though. At any rate, I don't. Again, I don't agree with the mayor at all reading names off and addresses. I don't agree with people walking into some places they're not supposed to be. They did not bust it down. They opened the door. Somebody opened the door for them, and they walked through. It wasn't like a mad mob rushing through. And then they're on the sidewalk. People comes out. If you're now think about this. If you're walking a sidewalk and you're not supposed to, yeah, I got it. You're not supposed to be there. Because the lawyer is going to pick this shit apart. I'm only asking questions the way a lawyer would be asking. You're going to get picked apart. Were there individuals walking on the sidewalk that were posing an imminent threat to you?
I didn't see no imminent threat right there with people walking around.
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah. They recall assault with a deadly weapon can be charged if you brandish a gun or knife and it caused a reasonable person to be in fear of their life, right? So if you're just walking by and you're banging a drum or being loud and you're walking through on a sidewalk and then somebody comes running out with a rifle and a pistol going, get off my lawn. And it's on a private street with a private sidewalk. So where's the legality of where the property is? I'm just bringing that up because that's what's going to happen when civil cases come out and all that. And because they did that now, we all know who they are. They've already dropped their names and said they're lawyers, and I'm like, oh my god, well, their lawyers will be able to get whatever. But I guess it's freaking. Is it a private street owned by the HOA? Then they shouldn't be there anyways. Again, I'm not going to. I'm only bringing up the argument and asking the questions as if it would be asked to you, or if you. Because well, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's what happened. You're right. They weren't supposed to be there. Well, if we weren't supposed to be there, then you wouldn't have somebody running out there with a gun. Yeah, okay. I do know in some. Go ahead.
Wouldn't it be technically if they're walking on sidewalk, that's not even their property because of the city boundaries and all that people give up when they buy property?
Right.
The easement. Yeah, the easements.
Right, and the easement. Yeah. Well, that's a good point too. There. Yeah, exactly. The HOA they live in is going to call a red flag on them to the police because they did that. So does the state own the right way that they think that's what I'm saying. This is all getting to some legalities and stuff like that. Yeah, just freaking the HOAs are exactly. The HOAs are getting real aggressive. They'll do that. They'll dime somebody out for that shit.
Time you out, your grass is a half inch too high.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, some cities do that without a HOA. You know, this is the fucking city. But I bet you exactly the HOA is going to spite the mayor big time. Yeah, see, easements are not technically public. Technically public, but I don't know what the law is in what the city ordinance is in St. Louis, and then what the state law is in Missouri.
Yeah,
but
I was just thinking the easements that, like, my property, I can't do nothing on my easement but just maintain it. If I build something there and the city comes in and does something, it's gone.
Right.
It's a piece of property I give up.
Right. Well, the couple that pointed the guns at the protesters said they saw a threat. They felt threatened. I mean, her walking out, pointing the gun the way she did, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to seeing poor weapons control. When you see that, it's almost like watching a vet bro. You know, somebody who's not.
I think that's worse than a vet bro.
The real exactly that. The real crime is that the guy was holding AR-15 with an A2 receiver. Step up your game, man, and get that A4 receiver. He's probably the guy that he's probably the family at the end of the freaking street that complains about everybody's grass. You know what I mean? Because he's driving through and it's a cul-de-sac. He's probably the one complaining about it. Yeah, I don't like hoes either, man. Hoe bosses, they think they're
panties are in a bunch. Yeah. So.
But I just want you guys and gals to realize that when there's a narrative out there and there was somebody trying to say that they were busting through the doors and all this stuff, they didn't bust through the door. Again, we're not saying that they should not have exercised their Second Amendment rights. I'm just saying that they did it kind of sloppily. That they were kind of, you wouldn't even know that you had something. I had something available in your presence should something go. If there was people walking in front, there've been people walking in front of my house before too. And they just walked on by, and that was no harm, no foul. There's people out there going, you know, making some noise. Okay, cool. They walk on by. They walk on by. They wouldn't even, like I said, they wouldn't even go into their house. They were just walking through. But I want to know who freaking, man, I really want to know who was the person in the suit. Who was the one that looked like they were in, you know, someone said George Soros. George Soros.
Too fit for
yeah. No. It was a George Soros advocate, I guess. It was a supporter or something like that.
His minion.
Yeah. Minion. Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't know. Again, I don't know why anybody would be. It just looked like it was just too. It looked too coordinated. It looked too. Someone said try crisis actors. I don't want to say crisis actors because I don't want freaking Twitter and everybody to get all pissed off just because I'm getting the feedback and I'm reading it on air and I don't want nobody to go, well, I said on air that it was crisis actors. I'm just reading it out. I'm playing devil's advocate. Exactly. Just don't know who it is. I like Kansas City mayor too is getting a lot of drama for. She's getting like freaking. I guess he's rolling back some stuff too. They're closing up. He's part of that rollback, the big COVID rollback. I know Texas is the same way.
Oh, don't even get me started on Texas.
I was about to say so you were saying that they had rolled back a lot of their stuff in bars and
yeah, they closed down bars and stuff like on a Friday. They didn't even give people time to be like, hey, we're gonna close bars down on Monday or something. They just let they're closed. Too bad, so sad. Right before a weekend. Got to think. What about all the bars that you know, small bands, you know, local groups that are next city over start traveling, get there, they pay a deposit to play music for the locals in that area. They just lost their money.
A lot of people are losing money. A lot of people have lost a lot of shit during all this stuff, and it's just really fucking unfortunate.
A lot of small businesses are bankrupt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't foresee.
Ton.
I don't really see. I don't foresee the freaking the economy recovering after this for a while. I'm not saying it's not going to recover. It's just going to be a long time before it does. And you know, people.
And everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. To include bankruptcy.
Yep.
Here's another meme somebody sent me. Hang on. Shitless grill. It's fucking God. You guys are fucking too much. I love it. Yeah, it again. I think this is a good time. It's a good time, yeah, for me to. It's one of those. It's a take a break time.
You notice her shirt?
What's that?
She just got out of jail. She's a jailbird.
Oh.
Jailhouse bird.
I love these fucking beeps. Thank you for setting up. Oh, thanks so much. Here, hang on. I'm gonna drop another meme on here. I know people are gonna get mad. Well, messed up. You're not taking this shit seriously. I'm taking it definitely seriously. I think it's fucking funny. If you don't have a fucking sense of humor with this, then there's something wrong with you. I'm gonna get all fucking uptight. I'll probably have everybody freaking freak out and drop hate mail in my inbox again. It wouldn't have been a good idea for you to post that stuff because you're just inciting violence. Probably get.
If you don't get hate mail, you're not doing your job.
Right. So it was this right here. Oh, thanks so like for God. I appreciate this one. Oh, this is awesome. We came here. We came here to live, laugh, and love, and buddy, we're out of all three. I love it. Live, laugh, love. Oh, dude, how he's on that pistol, man?
Did you see the one where they got a movie poster made out of them?
Yes, and it said Ken and Karen or something like that.
Yeah.
What's up with that? What's up with Ken? So they're saying that the Ken is the male version of fucking Karen or something like that. I don't believe in that. That's wrong. I thought it was Chad or something like that.
Well, you got the Chaz, but
The
maybe
Chad
that's
or something like that. Yeah. Suburban Commando. You guys are awesome.
I think she needs more than that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe a shake every morning.
Yeah, that AR looks pretty cool though. It is pretty sexy. Looks like he doesn't have a collapsible stock though, so he must be trying to kick it all. He must be, what if he's a veteran or something like that? Yeah, that's old school stuff.
Army right there.
Yeah. So with that old musket and shit, he's about ready to freak in. And the way she's holding that pistol, it's almost like you're holding the broomstick. Yeah, exactly.
You cheated in poker.
You cheated in poker.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's protecting his cache of members only jackets. Oh man, you guys, thanks for cheering me up.
He's really using that AR to help pushing that gut. So
he's trying to flex, man. He is trying to flex. Yeah. At any rate. So what's the next thing on the docket? Oh, so check this out. So I guess because of these closures, Texas bar owners are going to get together and sue to overturn them. They're gonna try to. Is that what's happening? Is that true?
I heard that's in the rumor mill. I just don't know how true that is. I do know that a lot of the cities on the border, a lot of my friends called me up and was like, hey, you know, the local government's pushing that they take the soldiers that are defending the border and turn them around and retask them is what they're trying to do all along the Texas border is what I'm hearing. To make like makeshift hospitals because people are freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, where were they? Oh, wait, did they close? They didn't close down the fucking hospitals anyways because of this shit. Yeah, hang on. So there it goes right there. I just dropped it in there. So Texas bar owners are suing to overturn the closures because a group of bar owners in Texas filed Monday in an attempt to overturn Greg Abbott's governor order closing their businesses in an effort to mitigate the spread of coronavirus as the cases in the state spike. The lawsuits filed in Texas, Houston, and Galveston allege that Abbott does not have the authority to make such an order. See, we're getting stupid about this again, man.
Well, does he really have the authority or not?
I mean, freaking Abbott should call the legislator and call in a special session to address the issue. That's what it is. A lot of things that's been going on has been causing by votes too now. They're gonna close down surgeries again. They're gonna close down medical stuff again. Yeah, just because freaking, you know. So Jared Woodfield, an attorney for the bar owners, told the AP that Governor Abbott continues to act like a king. So the Hill reached out to Abbott's
What would
office.
actually happen if the bar said screw it and just stayed open?
I don't know. I think they've been like fined or something like that. Well, I know in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas City, they've stopped business licensing. And we've talked about this before. They stopped that shit. Right. They're letting people's shit collapse and not anybody get renewals. They'll take your fucking taxes for your fucking LLC, but they're not going to assist you in. So a lot of other states are like saying, "Fuck it, we're gonna let you. Yeah, come on down. We don't care if you're diseased or some shit." but now everyone's realizing again, bam. So they're fined for violating a public health order. Yeah, okay. So now here we go again. Just when everything's supposed to spike up and on the economy opening up, And then that's when the Health and Human Services said that it's recommended that you wear a mask. So several states have already halted reopening the states already, and they're rolling back to their phases. Back to the original phases they were before when all this shit started. To reimpose, Texas was the first to reimpose the restrictions that it had lifted again. $1,000 fine. Wow. Holy shit.
If I was a bar owner, I'd stay open and pay $1,000 a day in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I'd take that up in 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, because you'd be the only one in town.
Exactly.
You'd be the only bar in town. Do you know what's this right? Yeah, Mississippi voters ruled they can give the people a safe flag without giving people a vote. Yeah, that's another one too. I'm not saying that I don't disagree with them taking the flag, the Confederate part of the flag off. I'm just saying that a lot of emergency powers and stuff that have been happening, it's just kind of like a lot of other shit. Why haven't there's other stuff that they could have exercised they're doing a lot of other stuff with the quickness, and how come veterans are not getting fucking taken care of?
Yeah, I was about to say they can move so damn quick
right.
for a freaking statue or flag.
Hell yeah.
How many hours?
Hell, let's on a roll, brother. Let's keep going. Let's get some veterans medicinal marijuana approved. Let's get opioid treatment and rehabilitative methods for them. Get more let's get some freaking veterans who've had bad paper. Let's get remove the bad paper discharges from individuals from Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Bring them back in. Since we're really on a roll, let's rename the bases for R1 Cash. Just do it. Since we're all fucking on this roll to do that shit, let's now put I'm gonna tell you what, Congress fucking sucks. Congress they're worthless right now.
When did you figure this out?
No, not really. I've always realized they were worthless anyways. It's just the same people in power. I will say, I'm not defending DeTreezy, but I will say that 30 to 50 years of legislation by the current members of Congress is not DeTreezy's fault. I'm not saying that he's not to blame for some of the stuff for not making things worse on a lot of other issues. However, foreign policy and stuff like that. But as far as legislative stuff, dude, man, what the hell have they been doing?
That's a very good question.
The hell they been what the hell are they up to? So now it's time to go ahead and go. Okay, fucking hey, let's get this. We're on the roll. We're taking the statues down. We're taking the freaking Confederate symbol off the flag. We're talking about renewing bases. Let's go ahead and bad paper discharges for the Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with transgenders. Let's let them in. Lift that ban up since we're on a freaking roll. Let's go. We want to talk about this freaking change you all want to talk about because Congress ain't doing shit.
Nope. Maybe why we should have term limits. That's just my opinion. You change people out a little more often.
All right, I'm serious, man. It's just frustrating because you're just seeing how Congress wants to act, both sides, by the way, on specific issues, but don't want to act on another because they're really trying to freaking, I don't know what they're holding on to. You pretty much see if there's other statues you want this fucking. Let's take Congress down too because they're worthless statues too. People are gonna get mad at me that I'm advocating violence, but I'm not. I'm just saying that using strictly hyperbole and joking around. And so the Senate sends. Go ahead. I was just about ready to read this too.
I am offended by our House representatives right now, so I need to go complain.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna go. No, that's the same. Congress. Since we're so busy, let's do some more change. Let's get fucking. Let's hold some special elections. Let's do some recalls. You want to talk about lifting the records on the president's competency level? Let's do all of them too. Everybody in Congress. Let's see what your competency level too. You want to talk about he's got some medical issues and stuff like that, and you want to reveal stuff, and you want to break his his HIPAA and all that. Let's do it for everybody. Everybody in government. Let's see what you got. When was the last time everybody
want to see their medication list?
Yeah, I want to see their medication list. Yeah. See, let's go ahead and give them all piss tests too while they're at it.
Amen to that one.
You know what I mean? It's like they're getting so stupid. Because right now everyone's really done with Congress. They really are, and I don't. The fix is what is do we just freaking all right? It's time to fucking start over. It's time. I'm of course some of it's just drastic and some of it's for just open discussion and all that. What would we do? What would be the good thing for legislative bodies and stuff like that, and how they would handle it. But the Iowa Senate on Wednesday approved last week that the bill that critics said will leave many Iowans in pain and poorly treated autism, maybe loss of unemployment benefits, because the Senate sent medical marijuana bills to the governor after a fire debate. I don't get how everyone who says they're for fucking veterans and veterans groups, veteran services organizations are saying this is what we need to do to remove ourselves from the opiate. You notice we haven't heard that in a while now. You know, that's been kind of quiet, right?
Not the hot topic.
It's not the it's not the hotness. We're not. You know,
it's not going to help some political motive.
Right. Hey, oh, whoa, you talking about weed? No. Yeah, we're cool about the Second Amendment. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we're cool about freedom of speech. All right, cool. But we don't like it when you say shit, Ice. We don't like it when you talk crap. It's you get us butt hurt by. I'm just asking you a question. What have you done for veterans? What have you done for, I've not seen anybody do shit. And if you're going ahead and tell me what I don't need for veterans when you're not a veteran yourself, don't crack on D. Treasy about not serving if you've not served already. I mean, do we want to jump that? Do you want to keep going with that? I mean, you notice you're right. Nobody said anything about freaking opiates. The opioid addiction. What happened to that?
Or the murder hornets. Where did that go?
The murder hornets. Where's my damn murder hornets? Bought a freaking case of freaking Raid spray.
A case of Raid spray.
Everyone was like, "Oh, did you get your toilet paper?" No, fuck that. I got Raid.
Did you buy a quality size or just, a small home use?
I got the nuclear. I want to knock these guys off my freaking porch. Fucking the ones that are up. You know how the corner, the big old paper wasps that have those big things that hang up on the corner of your porch or something like that on the edge. Oh God, those are the ones that. My kids are curious about bugs and biology and stuff like that, so they want to grab them and play with them, thinking they're gonna freaking. Put them on a leash or something like that.
Put them on a leash.
Like they're gonna buy.
Yeah,
they got a little freaking. They're gonna put a leash and a collar on them because they want to keep them as pets. Yeah, man, it's like freaking all that little stuff, all the stuff they were talking about what they're gonna do for veterans. Hey, veterans, how come you're not rallying around somebody? Saying, hey, let's everyone's instead just sitting there shit talking to each other. Hating on each other.
So all the crazies that's doing all this rioting and protesting crap, all the reason while people are just sitting back laughing and can't wait until to get over with.
Well, I don't. I don't. How do I say this? I don't subscribe to fucking. I don't subscribe to the trashing of the place. I don't. You turn up some fucking. Again, I keep going back to saying this. I'm looking at some of the videos. They're a bunch of little freaking entire little punks.
Oh yeah.
They're little college kids. Not all of them are black. Not all of them are black. So don't sit there and say, "Well, the rioters will be able to." No. Little freaking chin beard little fuckers.
If I cut my kid one of those videos, I wouldn't care if he's in college or not.
Right. I'll stop paying him.
And tear that ass up.
But you're not going to sit there and tell me that you're just going to just focus on that when there's other things in the country going on. This country's in crisis. No, because you're making that one specific issue in crisis. Yes, support the movement and all that stuff. Exactly that. So I'm totally for it. Fuck yeah, dude. I got nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Bug us up for the win. Oh, that's right. That little freaking you load up some salt in that gun and start. You know what? I'm gonna try that. But my luck though, I'll end up actually using a real weapon and start blasting holes in the roof. No, I'm serious, man. It's frustrating. I see, Nick Palmisano said something back in 2011 how Congress sucks.
In 2011.
He's consistency. I want to maintain his consistency, man. He's a good dude. He's a friend of the station. He's a friend of us. Then he said, if the world would end in the next 2 minutes, I want my last words to be, "Fuck you, Congress. You really suck." That's what he says. The CEO of Ranger Up. He said that back in 2011. Consistency, right? So that right there with it. Congress fucking blows, dude.
It's like he knew the future was coming.
Brad, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to hear them talk anymore. I don't want to hear Nancy Pelosi. I don't want to hear Chuck Schumer. I don't want to hear freaking.
Aren't they kind of like
Senator
government?
McConnell?
Aren't they government employees?
Yeah, obviously they work for we voted them in. Yeah, they're kind of that is the definition of a government employee.
And they get a government paycheck, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, duh. That's all tax-paid stuff.
Could be down at any given time.
Mitch McConnell, all those other guys, all those guys on the Republican side too.
I don't even care if they're Republican or Democrat.
Bro,
they all need to be tested.
We need to give him make him take the ASVAB.
As that,
you you're good with you. Oh, you support vets? Here you go. Here's your first ASVAB test.
They probably won't score high enough to get into
Oh my God.
anything.
No, there are some members of Congress that I think that they've not have had enough time. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather hear, and this may sound kind of, everyone's gonna flip out when I say this. I'd rather hear AOC have some sort of vibrant exuberance, and though she's trying, I'd rather have her say some shit than the same bullshit that's coming out of Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the Cuomos. Because at least she's talking about some stuff and she's trying to do something. Yeah, some of it's maybe a little bit crazy, but then again,
Does it kind of stay consistently
with
though,
her?
on
Oh, when
stuff
she says some
talks
stuff, yeah,
about?
yeah. When she says some stuff, I mean, she's not wrong. That isn't her. You score 20 points. Congrats, you're dumber than a Marine. She's not. No, but I'm saying though, she's of her demographic, of her age group though. I mean, that's her age group, right? So she's of a younger generation. And the olds are the ones that are doing this. The olds are the one. Every time I see, Congress, Nancy Pelosi's going to come up and talk, change channel. Oh, Mitch McConnell's going to come up and talk, change channel. The White House press secretary, going to change channel.
Yeah, press secretary is actually doing pretty damn good at
Well,
her job.
she's doing good for the job, but she's doing a good job for the, as a press secretary to not take the flack.
Right.
Yeah. So somebody asked her a question, and a lot of it too with the media, and I'm not media. I mean, I'm not a journalist or something like that. I guess you can say we're media. I'm just a shit poster on fucking a podcast. But my biggest thing is that some of the people that I talk to has been, some of the media has had, they need some training. They need some more. It's almost like the respect thing. I really feel sorry for the next president that comes into office, because now the media has been so conditioned to the way they've been treating this president. It's going to be a whole, no fucking no holds barred for the next one, and it shouldn't be that way. Mr. President, Mr. President, what do you feel about Iran? Initiating. What does the president say, or what's your answer? See, I'm not, like I said, I'm not media, so I don't even know how to ask the right fucking question. What has the president said about Iran's warrant issuance and requesting that Interpol be involved? That would be like my question, and then. The president said, blah, 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 blah. Write it down. Go back to my boss and my editor. Hey, the press secretary said this, and this. I recorded it, blah, 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 blah. And there we go.
Wasn't it reported in the press release, intel report, Iran was doing such and such?
Right.
Can you confirm that?
Can you confirm the fact that we've had Iran and Russian involvement for the last 20 years? We've been almost 20 years in forever war and the war in Iraq, that we've had these foreign actors and agitators involved in this.
We did?
Well, no shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying, but no, I mean, I know you're playing the part, but I'm just saying, it's just frustrating to hear that, because then now both roles of what I thought, like I said, you're gonna sit there and get blamed for how the media sucks. You're gonna sit, the media is gonna be, this part of the media sucking is because you helped it suck. The part of the media, because the press secretary and the communications advisor and all that, when they're interacting with the press, God, when I interact with the press, I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's the story of this? Blah, 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 blah. Is that all you know? Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, is that true? Or I'll get a phone call from Jim Laporta asking me about Army stuff, because he's a Marine. And he'll ask me, he was like, hey, Ken, somebody said blah, 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 blah. Does the Army do that? Just to kind of trust but verify to check that his stuff is good to go. I'm like, yeah, no, the Army doesn't do this, or, well, we'll get to talking back and forth. But that's it. That's
what does this really mean?
Right, exactly. He'll ask me. I mean, but because I deal with the media when it comes to WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments. I don't sit there and argue with the freaking person that's asking about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
or cut them off. You know what I mean? That's the thing that makes me mad. Is I don't like it. I don't like watching people talk over somebody. I think it's disrespectful as somebody in the media and the person that's talking to the media. The media is asking a question. Let that person ask that question, and then come back with an answer that they've asked you. But you're not going to sit there. It doesn't do anybody any good for you to go back and forth and talking over each other's voice. And it's just God. Again.
Treat people the way you want to be treated constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that golden rule type of stuff. Anyways, so tomorrow we have kicking it. Not kicking it with cause. Shut up.
Sorry, I'm by.
Yeah, sorry. That's what it fucking feels like it. So tomorrow we have Pop Culture Warrior with Michael Koski, also known as CQ. No Sergeant's Time. And then Sunday with Kicking It Cause. And out. Hell, no Monday either. Shit, it might even not be another Sergeant's Time. Depends on when I come back from my alrighty then or something.
Yeah, quarantine yourself.
I'm gonna quarantine myself, and then so there's gonna be a lot of people with some butthurt emails or freaking messages while I go across the country or do something. I don't know, maybe I have some Australia trip that I've always wanted to do in my life. I always wanted to do that. I always want to go to Australia. Got some Australian friends that I met over social media and stuff like that, and I have some friends that retired from the army that are in Australia, so I might check it out.
Well, if you check it out, you gotta go.
I will be doing anything I do that's I think worthy. If there's some things that I don't want. I'm not gonna post this, or I'm just gonna go to sleep or something like that. Then I'll post that. But if it's not gonna be something that's gonna be, dude, there's that's what I'm feeling right now. I'd rather at least giving you guys a show to let you guys know what's going on, so that way you're giving the quality entertainment. You guys are giving, a whole new level of, like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate you guys, you guys and gals listening in. That always means something like that. I don't mean to be, I don't go out to seek fucking social media cred. I just want to be, I just want to sit there and shoot the shit with you guys. I don't care if there's 100. I don't care if there's one that want to listen to me. Share, like, and follow us on all the groups, on all the Facebooks, both Facebook pages, Mixer, YouTube. Listen to us on Periscope, Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone's road trip with ice. You never know. You never know. Yeah, I should, man. I just got a lot of thinking to do. Just got a lot of those thinking. Maybe I might play an old show or something like that. So there might be a show that might be up there, and it'll just be a throwback show. I don't know, a couple shows back. I don't know. I'll play probably Thursday back or something like that. We always have the daily. Yeah, we always have the daily rewind anyways on the website WTFNationRadio.com. So if you don't hear me connected or something like that, or you just might see something pop up only on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, or you might see a live tweet. You never know. You never know at all. I want to thank you guys for listening in tonight. And then, God, like I said, this has been a Monday, man. Flash's stuff is out. God, man. This is definitely freaking frustrating.
He must have had some rioters down in his area.
He must have had to walk outside and tell people to, get off his lawn or something like that. Yeah, anyways. But you all take care of yourselves out there, and don't freaking, like I said, keep your head up. Keep your fucking head up. Don't change yourself just because of the current situation. Like I said, people are going to show themselves when they're really scared, really drunk, really tired, or a plague. All you can do is maintain consistency with yourself and how you are, with your morals and how you are in your life. And don't lower yourself or lower your standards just because of what. Maintain your integrity. But anyways, you got anything for me, man?
Oh, that was damn good advice you gave out. It was pretty damn good.
Oh, well, that's all that caveating and behooving and stuff that I've been doing for a while. Yeah, exactly. D. Cheesy found exactly. Okay, you guys have a good night, and shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. They say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport, now sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Phantom Warriors, friends of Central Texas. I'm Major General Scott F. Lunt, the Deputy Commanding General of 3 Corps, and I need to share with you a burden that we have here at Fort Hood and request your assistance. On 22 April, Vanessa Guillen, PFC in the 3rd Cavalry Regiment, was at her place of duty, and around noon is the last time anyone has seen her. Since that time, we've continued to search for her, and there's an active investigation from the Criminal Investigation Command. But we want to bring Vanessa home as efficiently and as rapidly as possible. And towards that end, I'm asking for your assistance. Somebody, some person out there has the piece of information we need to bring Vanessa home. We will continue to search for our missing member of our Army family. If you're the person that has the information we need, I ask you please call 254-495-7767. We need to bring Vanessa back to her Army family and to bring her back to her family. We won't stop this effort until we're successful. And with your help, we can be successful sooner. Thank you.